Well, you're welcome back, and it's still the day of love. We've got lots of chocolate here for you
to share.
Wait, hang on. Before we talk the chocolates, it's Val's Day. You have a girlfriend. You have a wife. What are you guys doing today?
I'm hosting the AM show with Mama B also Abwaje.
No, that's not it.
Walker.
That's not it. That's not it.
I'm telling you what I'm doing today.
What are you doing
ready
after
to
work?
Tell anybody who
what are you doing after work, Roland?
No problem.
What are you doing after work with Felicia?
It's no problem at all.
I
told her to do this. We'll go out.
Go out.
A Chinese restaurant, Imperial Peking.
Well,
have you grabbed your ticket to JoyNews? Because it's today.
And I was about to.
Why would you want to go to a Chinese restaurant when you can go to? We're going for. Like you're dry like that.
The Chinese, this thing, food. Then after that, we'll go to JoyNews show. You know.
I was about to say that I'll be at the JoyNews show this evening.
My God!
You should all come. It's a very special opportunity to show that person you love that they are indeed one of the very few privileged people in this country. Very few of us.
So you're taking JoyNews' biggest fan there, aren't you?
Yes, I'll be there. And everybody who comes there will be JoyNews' biggest fan. Every one of you.
All right, we're still giving out our show. I'll spare the two guys, but they tell a lot of lies.
What are you doing? What are you doing for Valentine's Day, Mama B?
What guys take women out? Hello.
So
stay with us. We're having a number of conversations. The first, we're talking about the city.
No wonder no woman will be president of Nigeria.
Guys take women out. Look at this feminist.
Excuse me.
Here.
I'm
guys
saying
take women out.
I didn't say that in general. I said on Val's Day.
It's not general.
Guys.
Why?
Guys who take women out. I mean, that's
no wonder.
Who made that rule?
No wonder. No woman will be president of Nigeria.
Who made that rule?
When I asked the two of you, you didn't say that your women would take you out. You were telling me what you're doing.
You didn't even wait for us to
How is mine different? Okay, stay with us. We're talking about the city. We'll talk about the issues with the Privileges Committee and Kennedy Japan, and then we'll see what these two guys and John Dumelo. They said they were opening up and sharing things that, as women, we don't know about men. So we'll hear what they had to say on Val's Day. Yeah, but let's talk about the city. Talk about the city losing value against the foreign trade and currencies, especially the US dollar, the pound sterling. We know that it's crossed the 5 line and it's climbed and it's not been arrested yet, especially against the dollar. If you've got dollars, it's a very good time because you can be really rich. So we're sharing with you, there's a report that we're bringing to you and some reactions from persons who deal with the currency. They have no choice, especially because they are either spare part dealers and so on and so forth. So here we go with that report.
It's a slow day at Abossey Okai, a spare parts market in Accra. In here, traders monitor the performance of the city against other foreign currencies religiously because they deal in only imported goods. The traders say the fluctuating nature of the city against the dollar is hitting them hard because they always have to review their prices to cut their losses.
Importers need no money brain. It's almost almost because of dollar na I increase nti e mo so mo de no money ba o mo yire bo no ye den e de mayen nti e mayen so no o mo so ma beto Ghana ha na mo use o mo ka no yen so yire bo no ba mo focus Abossey Okai atete no ma so but it's not true. Say atete no ma so because at the end say nipa no ono beto ade na ba no afi wo sesa no e de akodo no sa akofa for na e de aba no e be ha adwen nti ono so ya ono so be yire bo no so ayen e de ama wo se na be ya ono so sesa dollars na eni na kosi o ho a
say the enso so ya bom kanu is obetia betra krom fiti anopa base be say me kanu ntimi to ade more than bet say 5,000 kra but can dey say bobe 12 dia say timi to ade ma wan kasa say market no ko ba say dey ento ade say ento ade kra tino ensesan bom pa.
Traders added that although many customers visit the market, they only come to haggle over prices, accuse them of inflating goods, and then leave without buying any of them.
The buyers also come to us. They always want us to come down because they heard that the government has made some reduction. But it's not happening here. No, you're not experiencing it here. So always we have problem with the buyers. When they come, they say, oh, they have heard that Akufo-Addo has decreased the tax over there, but you're not seeing here. It doesn't happen here. So always we're having quarrel with the buyers. Always they wanted to come down with the price, but every time we're having increase with the problem with the importers.
Ubu okra said the auto at the end of 2 years ago, no, Baba Kranis Capra Kitan Nusa. Now, or person beton the same price, and I say, if you cry low. Into most of the Niana and my Yamuchi, importers and Yamuchi.
They added that monitoring the depreciating nature of the city daily is depressing and called on the president to fulfill the promise of stabilizing the city.
When the president was about to do his election, he told us he was going to help Abossey Okai people. He was going to reduce the dollar and at the same time our tax and the duty. But really, we are not seeing anything like that. So when the customers come, they used to say, Abossey Okai, yes, so that is not true. See, right now the dollar is catching up to 6 cedis. Why is it supposed to be that way? No, it's not supposed to be that way. I think the government is not helping Abossey Okai people. Yeah.
It's 5 cedis, 20 pesos.
Yeah, it's almost 6 cedis. So we pleading on his behalf. He's supposed to work on the dollar.
The spare part dealers also want government to review duties at the port. Henry Kwesi Bedu's report for JoyNews.
Well, the only thing we know is that the cedi has crossed the 5 Ghana cedi mark with the dollar. Is that the right?
Okay, I was mixing the issues up. Okay, so those were some persons at Abossey Okai sharing their thoughts. But yesterday on PM Express, guys, Evans Mensah discussed this issue extensively. That's where Dr. Lord Mensah was making the comments, which is on myjoyonline.com. So we go back to the beginning of the analysis. So here we go with Evans explaining the cedi and how it's been faring against the other currencies.
For dissecting the real cause of the problem that seemed to be one that has become a cycle, really. I mean, if I'm going to show you graphs that will tell you that in Ghana the cedi doesn't appreciate, it constantly depreciates. It's almost like we are bound to have the cedi reach 10 cedis to the dollar very shortly, because we've just passed that. Nobody thought we could pass 5 cedis, but that's where we are tonight, and that's exactly the story as of today. We have 5 cedis, 27 pesos tonight. Some even talking about 5 cedis, 30 pesos tonight. We have people in the studio who deal in this every single day who give us a sense of where we are tonight. But that is exactly what the official figure is here as far as the cedi is concerned. It's the lowest the cedi has sunk in economic history. We've never been at 5 cedis, 27 pesos before. And I remember when we did a redenomination, we were almost at 1-to-1. And we were very excited. And then we started going down, and the cedi started depreciating at an alarming rate. Now we are at 5 cedis, 27 pesos. Now, just this past December, we want to do some comparison. Just this past December, the cedi was at $1 will give you 4 cedis, 80 pesos. Just this December, right? And many thought, well, it's stabilizing, it's going to go a bit down, and then we're talking about more than 5 cedis now. Now, let's look at how this cedi has performed over the last 2 years under this current administration. In January 2017, when this government was sworn in, the cedi, if you had $1, you were getting 4 cedis, 20 pesos. That is in January 2017, right? So in 2 years, under this government tenure, the cedi has fallen from 4 cedis, 20 pesos to the current 5 cedis, 27 pesos. That is quite significant. And if you look at Bloomberg has done the rate of depreciation. It's talking to us about 24.62% depreciation over that 1 year period. That is very worrying if you're a business person. over that 2-year period that you'll be looking at. That's according to Blue. That's a depreciation of that. If you look in real terms, you're talking about a cedi has lost 1 cedi, 70 pesos of its value over a 2-year period. Now, I want to illustrate to you how this pans out, though, graphically, if you look at it. And that's where the government will point to you, because they will tell you that if you look at the rate of depreciation, it's not that alarming.
So host of PM Express explaining and doing the analysis of how far we've come with the city, particularly from the beginning of 2017 when this administration was sworn in. So this is where we are, 5 cedis, 27 pesos.
Yes, and especially we have to clarify that if you have a dollar and you want to exchange for a cedi note, it means that the person that is going to exchange that dollar for a cedi for you is buying from you. So it's the buying rate that you're seeing there. Same to if you have a cedi and you want to buy a dollar, you get this rate.
That's okay. Well, that's usually higher than what you, if you were changing. If you have the dollar and you were changing, that rate
is lower.
Is higher.
If you have the dollar and you want cedi,
So
you get lower than
let
this.
me talk in normal Ghanaian.
Normal Ghanaian.
If you're buying the dollar, it's a lot more expensive than if you were changing it into
So the 5
cedis.
cedi 27 is when you're buying a dollar.
Okay.
When you're buying.
Okay.
If you're selling dollars, it's probably going to be closer to 5 cedis.
Okay. Because the last time I changed, I got 5 cedis.
You did? Wow.
I got 5 cedis.
Still, it means that, because if they can give you 5 cedis, it means they also have to sell it within that margin of 520, 530.
And if you went onto the black market, you would get it a lot more than I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, you went to the...
So the city has not been arrested yet, as we all...
Or maybe the city has broken jail.
Ah, okay.
Maybe it was arrested, but...
That's broken fence.
It is certainly out
on the
bail.
wild plains.
And at this point, we're looking at the Economic Management Committee, INE. Yeah?
Oh, INE.
Okay,
INE.
all right. So headed by the Vice President, appropriately. Okay.
Yes,
a man who talked very much about the city when he was when he was not in power, when the party was in opposition.
But you know, we're about to speak to Dr. Odrosai on the phone.
He's the dean.
Let's see what he is able to shed by way of light.
Not on the city though.
Oh, but he can. I think he has a capacity to do the same too. So.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to talk.
No, we're talking about the creation of the regions matters, particularly with the capital cities that have been the capitals that have been named and the issues arising. There was Salaga. There's
Damango.
also exactly.
In that case, let me make my point about the city quickly before we move on. In spite of this recent development of us crossing the 5 cedi threshold against the dollar, there are certain indicators that this year could actually turn out to be pretty good for the economy, for the currency, and so forth. There are some bonds to come, and there is also, more importantly, that we are now going to start seeing the effect of the tight fiscal control that the government has had on spending. Okay, it always has a ripple effect. That benefit is yet to kick in. It's not the kind of thing you will see in the year that the control was executed. So we can hopefully look forward to that benefit this year. But at the same time, there is a risk that if the government doesn't keep doing the right things, keep a tight grip on the city, we could end up actually having a repeat of the same factors that caused our city to struggle last year. So that instead of us seeing these benefits, we actually end up with kind of a double suffering in 2020. So there is a risk of it going either way. We have to start seeing some benefits. The international community seem to have some strange confidence in our economy. The government has been interviewing, people who are interested in the next bond, 3 billion bond that is going to come out, and I've been picking up from sources that these foreign investors are very, very excited.
But it's because they're getting good interest. Otherwise, anyway, Dr. Odrosai, who is
you've ended the city.
Well, he's ended it.
That's not fair.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. It's all right. That's the point I was going to end on.
Yeah.
That the international community has quite a lot of faith
confidence
in our economy. It's always a good sign. All right. Let's see if it translates. And that over the coming months we actually start to feel a bit of it in our pockets.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If we had a bit more time, probably would have wrapped up with what Dr. Lord Mensah, but that's where we have to end it. It's to be continued.